What's up? How's everybody doing? Happy Monday. It's been a long time. There's been a lot going on. A lot of things happening. A lot of people passing. Just life happening, I guess. So how's everybody been doing? What y'all been doing? I hope all is well. I'm just coming to y'all today because I've seen some articles on the news that have just been like scary. I saw one article where a young man killed his girlfriend's 18-month-old son, beat him to death, put him to bed. When she came home, he said, he fell down, he slid down a sliding board and he hit his head. So she rushed him to the hospital and the little boy died. Why are you ladies leaving your children with men that you don't know? Why are you leaving your kids, period? And this man with a boyfriend. Boyfriends are not babysitters, okay? It doesn't work that way. You're putting your kids in danger. If you know anybody who does that, you need to have a discussion with them. Because at this point in time, with social media and we have all kind of news outlets and we know what's going on, there's no reason that this stuff is continuing to happen. Like, it's a sick person that will beat a kid to death. You know what I mean? Or kick a kid in the stomach. But people do that. You need to know who you're dealing with. I question the guy who wants to stay home with your child while you're out hanging out. Like, that's some odd shit to me. I don't get that. I can't see it. And it's not his kid, but he's willing to babysit for you to go run the streets. That's a red flag. Like, you should really be saying to yourself, well, damn, he don't have nothing else to do. He doesn't have friends. What was he doing before he met me? Why is it that he want to watch my kids? He's not doing you a favor. You don't need that kind of favor. You had those kids, you watch your kids. You can't take your kids with you, then you don't go. If you don't have kids already, don't have any if you can't provide proper child care for them. Some of y'all just get caught up on the idea that you're going to have a baby and this is what it is. No. Kids require 24-hour child care. You have to watch them. Somebody is responsible for them at all times. And if it got to be some Negro that you don't know, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay home with your kids. Watch your kids. Y'all don't even know who these brothers be. Like, are you checking for identification? Any dude, first of all, any man that you're dating, not alone watching your damn kids, but you should be asking for ID. Because where he come from? Who is he? Does he have a work history? Has he been to prison? You can run his name through the Google search. And you definitely should be running it through your sex offender registry, the United States. You go online, boom, 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 www.sexoffenderregistry. You can go in every state. You can narrow it down to city. You can narrow it down last name. You can look it up by all different things. But you need to go on that registry and you need to look. You also need to find out if he's been to jail and what he's been to jail for. Because assault on children and women and that type of shit is unacceptable. And if he did it before, he'll do it again. Now, when you're dealing with a murderer, like, it ain't no he killed a kid by accident. It wasn't a car accident and a little kid flew out the window. We talking about he physically beat a child to death. What will possess you to think that that's okay and that he won't do it to your child? So, please, background check these Negroes. Find out who they are. Same for you men, because women are crazy as hell. We've seen those stories too, where they kill, you know, the stepchild. They don't like the mother. They're horrible. People don't care. You can't trust people. Crazy comes in all shapes, sizes, and colors. I'm telling you. It's some normal looking people, but they sociopaths. We all know a few of them. Crazy. No feelings, no concern. Don't give a shit about anybody but themselves. So, you know, stop leaving your boyfriends with your children. Boyfriends and babysitters are not the same things. It's not an interchangeable occupation. Boyfriend is for you. Babysitter is for your children and to watch your kids. That should be during the day. But if you out at night chilling at the club and your man is like, oh yeah, go ahead, I'm gonna watch your kids. Girl, bye. Use a fool. Because that shit makes no sense. And especially if your children are not old enough to talk. I just don't agree with it anyway. Because even if you have a 13-year-old and 11-year-old, why are you leaving them at home with some man that you just met and you don't know them? That's not cool. Teach your kids how to watch themselves. Different states have different laws, but my kids know how to watch themselves. I've been watching myself since I was like 5. So I know it can be done and it's possible. You got to know your kid and know their abilities and their strengths. And if you can trust them, and if they know not to fuck and play with fire, that type of stuff, you know. And if there's a neighbor nearby, you have a good relationship with them. But work it out so your kids can stay home in a nice, safe, clean environment where you have food and shelter, and they will be good. Other kids molest also. Stop trusting your kids with teenage babysitters, people you don't know. Again, then 10 years later you find out they was having sex with them on the low. Not cool. And yes, just never trust anybody 100% with your children. Like, ask your kids questions. Let them know up front. Ignore threats. Anybody tell you they're going to kill you if you tell me, you take that fucking risk and you tell me. But your kids need to know that you badass and you're not having that shit anyway. Some people put their children out there in situations that they know some old foul shit is going to happen, but you don't think twice because you're too concerned about what you want and what you need to do. And then, you know, so then when your kids come and tell you, you want to tell them that it's not true. Because if you admit what happened to them, then you got to accept responsibility that you put them in a fucked up situation. So to avoid all of that, just keep your kids safe. Don't trust them around people. Don't leave them with everybody. Don't allow people to be tickling and pinching and wrestling your damn children either. That shit is annoying. I'm an adult and I don't like that shit. And as a little kid, when anybody, I don't like people touching me, period. But tickling somebody and pinching on them, that's cruel. Like, who does that? But I see adult people doing that to children like this shit is funny. Like, that shit is not funny. Don't let people do that to your kids. There's a, what they say? When you're making me feel uncomfortable, any touch is a bad touch. Let your kids know that and let them have faith in you. And like I said, last and most important of all, if your kids tell you that somebody touched them, beat them, made them feel uncomfortable, anything fucked up to them, treated the other kids nicer when you wasn't around, or they nice to their kids but not yours, believe your children. Just believe your kids. All right, y'all. Love the children. Everybody stay safe. Have a good day. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all around the way. Later.